Hey everybody, Steven here with the Burkhart Creative Agency. In this video, I'm not trying to sell anything, just wanted to show you a four-part framework on how we think through how we talk in our videos, or how you write in your tweets, or whatever it is, the content that you're making, in a way that communicates with your audience the value of what you do and helps them connect the dots with your service and the benefit it has for your life. Now, it doesn't really matter if you are a solopreneur, you're as blue collar as they come, whether you're white collar executive sitting in the C-suite office, beginning to talk about how you run your team and build your business and how you manage. This is going to be a framework that is going to make a difference, I promise you, in how you communicate with people. As a communicator, it is your job to connect the dots, not the potential customer's job. And so anytime you leave it to them, you are basically giving away money because no one's gonna spend the time to do it. So point one that we're gonna talk about, whether you're typing something up, whether this is an article, a blog post, a tweet, or whether it's a video, the very first thing to talk about is the problem. This may come as a surprise to you, but it is actually very important that you understand the problems that your clients and customers and potential customers are dealing with. If you don't understand this, for one, you're gonna have a hard time making money and reaching clients at all, but this is paramount for understanding how you're going to solve their problem, right? Because if you make a wrench, well, then they better have something that a wrench can fix as the problem. But this is where we start. And so this just looks like, this is storytelling, right? So this is just starting out here. Oh, you're having a problem with this. So the problem really just sets up the predicament that the client is in. It is important that we move on to step two. The obstacle is the thing that is in the way of the client solving the problem. So let's just say, for example, you sell liquid wrench, right? So they have this stuff called liquid wrench, which is this amazing spray-on stuff that if you've ever worked on a car, especially if the car is old, you're gonna wanna have on hand, right? So for example, let's walk through this part right here. So the problem is you can't get the part that you're trying to fix out of the car. And the obstacle to that is that there is a bolt that is on either too tight or corroded, and you physically don't have the strength, especially with the tools that you have on hand, to be able to break loose that bolt to be able to remove the part. That moves us into step three, the solution, right? So the solution is, how do we overcome the obstacle so that we no longer have a problem? In this particular example that I'm talking about with liquid wrench, the solution is liquid wrench. And we all know why, if you've worked on a car, you know why. That eliminates the obstacle of the fact that we don't have enough strength, or maybe just we don't have enough leverage because it's in a weird spot, because it loosens everything up and enables us to move that bolt, right? So we move on to part four, the outcome. The outcome is something that most businesses never, ever get to, because they like talking about this, the solution, because that's talking about themselves. And let's be honest, it's not just selfishness, and it's not just something that really doesn't connect well with the client. The problem with it is that we are experts in what we do, right? There's no shame in that. We're experts in what we do, and so we are used to talking about that a lot, right? If the guys from Liquid Wrench sat down and talked to you about the chemical makeup of liquid wrench, you would probably fall asleep and skip the video, or walk out of the room, or not read the tweet, or whatever it is, right? Nobody gives a crap about the chemicals that make up liquid wrench. They want it to fix their problem, right? So most businesses never get to outcomes, and that is where you as a communicator begin to connect what it is you do and how that affects the client's life. This turns it from being business focused to client focused, and that is going to change the game of your videos or whatever content and communication that you're doing. Now, this could be for speech too, right? Don't discount this. It's not just content. This could be how you organize your keynote. So when it comes to outcome, in our specific example, the outcome is you eliminate the frustration that comes from working on your car, because no matter how corroded the bolt is, within reason, that you'll be able to spray something on that is gonna break loose that bolt, and you're gonna be able to actually fix the parts in your car that you need to fix. The outcome is relief, right? The outcome is removing, it's working on your car without frustration, within reason, right? Working on a car is very frustrating. The outcome is peace of mind, knowing that you can attack the problem that's going on in your car and that a bolt is not going to stop you. Let's just say, for example, you're an executive and you're building a team, and you can talk through these things as well. So so the problem is that when you're building a team, oftentimes people don't perform as well as you'd like them to, right? You give them a task, they don't do it. Give someone else a task, they don't do it very well. So the obstacle is that you have this group of people that supposedly should be doing a good job, but they're not, and you don't know what you should do with them, right? Do you move them somewhere else? Do you fire them? Do you train them more? That's a really big obstacle. So maybe the solution is that you hire a consultant to come in and rearrange. Like the concept they have is have the right people in the right seat in the bus or the van, whatever the expression is. If you have the people in the right seats, then you have a team that functions effectively and well. So the solution is you hire a consultant to be able to help you do that and build your team. Or you take some training as the leader to do that yourself. The outcome is you have a well-oiled, efficient team whose talents and abilities bring value to the team, and that their weaknesses and their deficiencies aren't subtracting value from the team. That in fact, the other people on the team are covering those weaknesses with their own strengths, and so you have a very complete unit of people getting the work done. So maybe as a consultant or as an executive, when you're communicating how you're team building, you're working through those things. Like, hey, today we learned something really interesting. We realized that we had Joe was not performing as well as he could. When we looked at it, we realized that his skill set didn't really match the job that he was doing. The solution is that we moved him to a different department, similar pay, similar levels of responsibility, but completely different demand on his skill set. The outcome is he is thriving and he's bringing value to that team, and we're gonna bring in someone different to replace him. And now we know what kind of skills that we need to hire the right kind of person. That's an interesting story. That's something that when you communicate, it connects all the dots for you and helps you really understand the context of what's happening and how it affects people. So now, when we look at maybe as a consultant role, you're able to understand that lots of managers have problems with the people performing right, but your outcome is an efficient, well-oiled machine that actually gets the work done that your business needs done, which is a huge relief for you as the manager. It makes you look good. Let's be honest. So this 4-part framework, in fact, I'm going to title this. So now you can go and you can apply this 4-part communication framework to anything that you're making and communicating, whether it's to your team in a meeting, whether it's a keynote, or whether it's a video piece of content that can able to effectively communicate. It can help people connect with you because you understand their problem. You identify the issues that they're having. You're able to provide a solution, and you're able to describe exactly how this is going to make their life better. So if you could use some improvement in how you're communicating your message, whether it is on video or TikTok or Twitter, or whether or not you're preparing for your next speech and you want a little bit of help on how to get there, just schedule an inquiry call with us. We'll have the link below in the description. There's no pressure. We'll just have a free call where we walk through just at least on a kind of a macro view, how you can start telling stories about your brand in a way that speaks to the benefit for the customer so that they actually choose you and hire you.